So welcome to August. Over the weekend that starts this August, I was away in Kent. There was a record fair in Canterbury, at which there were no records that I was interested in, sadly. But I did buy a CD for £1, which is a Dave Grusin compilation. It's got a couple of tracks from On Golden Pond. I've got the On Golden Pond soundtrack, but I'm, as time goes by, getting increasingly irritated by the dialogue that's on it. So it's nice to have a couple of tracks of the score clean, as it were. This is recorded with the London Symphony Orchestra. And then we've got some stuff from Heaven Can Wait, Tootsie, The Goonies, Heart is a Lonely Hunter, Falling in Love, The Champ, 3 Days of the Condor, and Drummer Girl. So that's what I got while I was away. And then when I got back, an awful lot of things had been delivered. So let's have a look. This is a CD-sized package. It came in the post. This is a soundtrack that I had on order from Hire, the online bookshop. Hive, for quite a few months. I was just waiting for the release date, which is Daniel Bloomberg's The Brood List. So that's the first thing. Second thing has come by FedEx from Quartet Records. So that's all the way from Spain, isn't it? Madrid, yeah. So let's cut into that with the old cake slice. That is Morricone's The Humanoid. And this big hefty thing. Now this will be not soundtrack related, this will be a book. But while we're on the unboxing, so I might as well open that up and let you see what that is. Get into it. There we are. This is one of my other interests. Ambigramia by Douglas Hofstadter. It says Douglas Hofstadter that way up, and also that way up, which is the nature of ambigrams. I've got several books on ambigrams. I attempted to do them myself, and Douglas Hofstadter is one of the fathers of the genre. And I think this is a new book. Yeah, brand new book by him. So that'll be good. Then we have a box here. It's been sitting on my doorstep. Good here, isn't it? This one has got 2 compact discs in it, which are the final Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, Max Arouge and Alfie Godfrey, not names that are familiar to me, I must admit. But that was in addition to the expansion of Hunt for Red October, Basil Polidoris. Marvellous. I've loved the original release of that for a long time. And we have something vinyl sized. So either somebody sent me a 2026 calendar very early, or there's an LP in here. there are in fact 2 LPs in here, one of which is film related and one of which isn't. So we have Dmitry Tiomkin's Giant, which is the film related one, and apropos of the great Tom Lehrer dying at the age of 97 at the end of last month, the cast album for Tomfoolery, which was the show based on his songs. It's very nice to have those. And then finally, a big old box. I suspect this is some more FSMTD's stuff. I've been buying random toot from Lucas. Right. In a lump of bubble wrap. What do we have here? We have, still sealed, Hugo Friedhofer's One-Eyed Jacks. We have Cliff Idleman's The Picture Bride. We have Harry Gregson Williams' The Borrowers. Bruno Nicolai's My Name is Shanghai Joe and Day of Violence. And we have Rachel Portman's Used People. There we go. That's a lot of stuff. While I was away, there was also the Herne Bay annual cartoon festival, so I picked up a couple of cartoon books. This is a very crude poem by Claire Ferguson Walker about the effects of a very strong chili, with illustrations by the cartoonist Martin Rowson, which is signed by him. In fact, he's signed by both of them. And also Penguin versus Polar Bear and Other Ridiculous Cartoons by Royston Robertson, which is also signed by him. So there we are, 3 books, lots of CDs and 2 LPs. It's now Wednesday the 6th, another box of stuff. I think this is more FSM CDs stuff, I think. Let's have a look with the old cake slice. No, I don't think it is. Maybe it's... Oh, I can't remember who I've bought all this stuff from, to be honest with you. We've got Kane's 100, Jerry Goldsmith TV stuff. We've got Corn Gold, Prince and the Pauper. On Tribute Film Classics. And we've got Goldsmith's Lionheart Volume 2. I mean, I've had Volume 1 for donkey's years, but I've never actually got around to... I mean, I knew there was this Volume 2, but it's just kind of like, nah. And I thought, you know what, let's go and get that. Yeah, it's good. It's now Saturday the 9th, warm old day, if ever there was one. The postman has delivered 2 sizable boxes. smaller one will be 2 discs from SAE, I think. Have a look. Alright, what we have here is an Alfred Newman David and Bathsheba and the expanded Secret of Nim Jerry Goldsmith. That's a cracking score in its original form, so the expansion will be welcome. And the larger box, I suspect, will be old bits and bobs from FSMTV's. More of the colours. Well, let's have a look through. They're doing like signed Jerry Goldsmith LPs, which are very tempting, but they are about 400 quid. So it's like, I like Goldsmith, but not that much. And the fact that they've been up on site for a couple of days and haven't sold immediately, it kind of gives me the impression that other people think that as well. I'm sure they will go eventually. Somebody will be that much of a Goldsmith aficionado. But in the meantime, I've got 4 things that are very reasonably priced. What have we got? That's John Malseri disc, Hitchcock compilation. Yeah, Herman, Waxman, Tionkin, Arthur Benjamin, and Danny Elfman. That was $12. Here's a Lawrence Rosenthal for 3. So it's a twofer, Comedians and Hotel Paradiso. Down. And then a couple of Rachel Portmans. Pinocchio, which was like $2. It's got songs and things in it as well, but it's fine. And Only You, which was only $1. So it's got a couple of songs, a couple of bits of classical in it, but as well as Portman's score. Thought I'd bump up my Portman collection because she's good. Anyway, so that's 6 things, a combination of new things and old. It's Thursday the 14th. Posties delivered something. Come from Liverpool. This is adding to my Alfred Hitchcock collection because it would have been Hitchcock's 126th birthday yesterday. One of the things I didn't have was that Joel McNeely re-recording of Bernard Herrmann's The Trouble with Harry. It can go a bit expensive, but this one was only about 20 quid, so that's perfectly reasonable. Very good. Here we are on Friday the 15th. It's a very hot mid-August. So what have we got here? Something from Momox. Okay. This is a bit of nature documentary stuff. It's George Fenton's Planet Earth. I've got a number of those kinds of David Attenborough things in the past. And George Fenton's ones are among the best of them, but this was one I didn't have. It's a 2-disc jobby. Oops. with broken middle to the jewel case, clearly. That's the fact that, evidenced by the fact that the two discs have just fallen out on my lap. So that case will need some replacement, but look at that. That's the bit out of the middle. Lovely. It's Wednesday the 20th. Something's come in the post. Second class post. Let's see what this is. Aha, yes, this is an Ennio Morricone. The best offer, la migliore offerta. That's my guess on the pronunciation of that. That's interesting. The booklet has got like the title on the back page of the booklet. Does that make sense? Look at that. Is that weird? Very strange. Anyway, there we are. Here we are on Saturday the 23rd. Getting to the latter end of summer at the moment, I think. Something's been delivered by the postie. CD-ish sized. Alright, yes, this is this is a CD, but not of a film score. This is We Apologise for the Inconvenience. An infinitely improbable play about Douglas Adams. I saw this performed at the British Library, and I bought a signed vinyl version of it, signed by the writer Mark Griffiths. I discovered last week that there's a CD and a script book of it as well. So, yes, it's a CDR really, but not massively surprised because it's not the sort of thing that you would sell in huge quantities. But there we are. It's Bank Holiday Monday the 25th. There was a record fair in Reading, so I went along there. I actually came away with a few bits and bobs. Some old Varese Sarabande recordings. There's this one of Victor Young that's got Samson and Delilah on side 1 and The Quiet Man on side 2. I've already got The Quiet Man on CD, re-recording with William Morwin, I think. But I haven't got Samson and Delilah. So that. And David Newman's My Demon Lover. It's very 80s, isn't it? 87, something like that, I think. Yeah. The 39 Steps, which is Ed Welch, best known, I think, for the Blockbusters theme. And a Death Waltz double album of The Girl with All the Gifts by Cristobal Tapia de Villa. Gatefold, which momentarily appears to be blank, but there is actually a very dark figure in the middle. Yeah, for a double album, that was only 12 quid, so that's not bad, assuming it'll be alright. I think there were two versions of this, one with coloured vinyl and one plain black. This is the plain black version that I've got. But yeah, it was quite interesting too. There were other things I could have got in Reading as well, but I ran out of hard cash, and a lot of the vendors didn't take card, so hey ho. I could have come away with 2 or 3 other things as well. Anyway, let's keep me going. It's now Tuesday the 26th. This has distinctly the feel of a compact disc, so let us find out. It's a little cardboard box. Is there an obvious way into that? No. Perhaps a tear strip on there. There we are. It is Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins by Craig Safan. Jewel case is slightly cracked despite the cardboard box, but yes, there we are. That's nice to have that. It's Wednesday the 27th. Just a package that has come from Ireland with sort of Christmas stamps on it. I hope those are leftovers from last year and they haven't started using Christmas for this year. At any rate, in here, it's cardboard. These are a couple of things that were shipped without jewel cases to make the postage cheaper. So okay, sheets of toilet paper for packaging. How nice. So take all these little bits. That and that. Sheets of blue paper. How very, very odd. At any rate, so one of them is a Philippe Sard, Le Bossu. And the other is an Aaron Copeland, Something Wild. So there we are. I've got some spare jewel cases. That'll be fine. Just as an aside, on the reverse of the booklet for Something Wild is what is described as unpublished illustration for Something Wild by Al Hirschfeld. Al Hirschfeld, as an illustrator, always used to put the name of his daughter, Nina, hidden into like the lines of shading in his illustrations. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, whether the camera will focus there, but just above my fingers it will say Nina. Which is something very familiar to those of us in the crossword fraternity, because we've adopted that term for a hidden message in crossword puzzles. It's referred to as a Nina. It's Thursday the 28th. I've received a pile of bits and bobs from the postie. This one says it's from Boreas, but it's clearly not CD. Oh, I see what this is. Yes. There's something that I've seen online on the US Vrez store. It's not available from the international store, the UK one. But since Ted the soundtrack guy was wearing some of these, I thought, let's give it a go. It's a set of pin badges with the variants of the logo they've had down the years. So that's that. This will be a CD order from Oxfam. Which is one of, I think, 2 or 3 things that I've got on order from Oxfam at the moment. They're all relatively cheap. This is a George Fenton, Lady in the Van. What did that cost me? £5. Yeah, fair enough. And this will be some SAE things, I think. You see the pile behind me of things that have accumulated over the last couple of months. This is going to add to that pile because it's 4 compact discs. What do we have here? We have the things that were going on offer, really. We've got Last Train from Gun Hill by Dmitry Tiomkin. We've got Hunters for Killing by Jerry Fielding. Prophecy by Leonard Rosenman, not to be confused with Prophecy by David Williams. And Labyrinth of Peace by Annette Fox. So those are adding to. One that I've been listening to was the Aaron Copland. That is just finished in the last few minutes. So there we are. Here we are on Friday the 29th. There's just been some thunderstorms, but I managed to miss them when I went out shopping. Posted 3 things. Let's fight into this. Okay, this one's come from Presto Music, who are better known for digital downloads, but I was having a troll through their website and I found they had got Danny Elfman's Mr. Peabody and Sherman. It's like £6, something like that. So that was worth getting. This, I suspect, is going to have. I can just hear broken lugs in it. I mean, it is in just a cardboard mailer, which is like, no. This is an Oxfam order. Yeah. That's broken. Aye, I'll be needing a replacement for that. Look. That's it. The leg of a jewel case, which would otherwise have been Trapped in Paradise by Robert Folk, a Vorez Saraband release. So that'll have a new front on it, and nice. Drop that in the bin, and then something in a. This will be the other Oxfam. Yeah, I ordered 3 things from Oxfam. 1 came the other day, and the 2 are still outstanding. So this will be the last of those. That one looks like it's still intact. In fact, it's still sealed. It's Private Peaceful by Rachel Portman. Yeah. So there we are. Small bits and bobs. About wraps it up for August and the summer. Next time you see me, September will have come and gone as well. I shall almost certainly be sitting here in a jumper. Just looking back at my purchases so far through the year, although I've bought a lot of stuff, a lot of old stuff, a lot of new releases of old stuff, but very few 2025 releases so far. this largely down to the continuing decline of physical media releases? I think it is. There's a lot of things that have come out digitally, and there's no hurry to get it immediately. You can say, well, maybe they'll release this on CD in 6 months, 9 months' time. There's no need for me to buy it as a download because it's not going to go away as a download. It's not going to sell out. You hold out and wait, and if it doesn't come out in a year and a half, 2, you can go, okay, it's not, and then you buy the download. But otherwise, there's a lot of kind of, well, maybe they'll do a physical release of this thing. Anyway, until the end of September, stay fresh, cheese bags.